Hey, look at that. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is the Dreamy Dreamland show with your Sensei Al Bob, and I'm your griot, Sensei Al Bob. And these shows, I am not able to get on the internet, and it's going to get less and less, especially since I can't go to restaurants. And so, hope you enjoy the 1,200 or so shows I've done so far. Go back and look at them. Go get yourself, a dartboard. Get three numbers, go look at a show. 001, that's the first show. 021, that's the 21st show. 135, that's 130, you know how it works. And any other random, you want to throw dice, to get a number. Hey there, AI. Good to see you, buddy. You're a good puppy. You're my puppy. Yes, AI, yes. Oh, so it's spring here, and it's this is going to be the third or second rainiest April spring. So all the bodies of water all filled up. All the well is. It should be fine. Last summer, it was about the same thing. I got here in Mayish, give or take. And it was rainy all the way up until the second week of May. And we had some floods. A number of the rivers flooded. But I'm way on top of a mountain, and I have good drainage. So I'm pretty good, and also I'm not at the tippy top. So we had a windy day today. So trees above me were like bending over, and again I have this theory that spring weather like this wakes when they're bending over like this. If they don't topple over, they wake up. That's for sure. So I live in a forest that is a newish forest. It's maybe 50, 60 years old. This used to be farmland. Actually, where I live used to be an old homestead. There's nothing left of the homestead except for the berries. I have tons of berries, right? And the blueberries, I had first blueberries, then blackberries, raspberries, and finally wineberries. And the blueberries and wineberries are my favorite. But I do like the blackberries and the raspberries. But those have these little seeds, used to get stuck between my teeth, but I have no teeth anymore, so that's not a problem. But once the second week of May, it would get 70, 80 degrees during the day and not go below 90, not 90, not go below 50 at night. And that's perfect. If it gets warmer, that's okay too. But that's perfect, right? And once we got into June, there would be a period of time because I cleared, so I have about a little less than 3 acres, 2.6, something like that. And the flattest part of that I cleared out so I could build house, right? And I built, a place for a garden, a place for a garage, and stuff like that. And I had them take the bulldozer up into the hillish part, but really it's my hills. All the mountains around me are like 40 degrees, right? But my property, the going up is only maybe 20 degrees, which is good. It's like having my own stairmaster. Anyway, so I have a nice big clearing of like maybe a half an acre-ish, right? And I have fruit trees and berries and bushes and things growing, but that I had it cleared, and I have two pads, one to put a big house, one to put a garage, and I have a path going up into my woods. And we put French drains everywhere so the water wouldn't be muddy, because that was one of the problems of the neck of the woods is the woods are muddy, and because they used to be fields, right? And then the trees grew in them. And where I had him clear it, I had him first we put in French drains, and then we covered all of that with crushed run. It's crushed stones, biggest are this big. Put them up and then ran the bulldozer over it. And then I seeded the whole thing. I put grass seed on everything, right? And so that was 15 years ago. So all of that has grown up. And this used to be a pine forest way before it was even a farm. And so down deep, I unearthed the pininess of this neck of the woods. So the trees that are growing that were indigenous there are these pines, and they're growing up pretty fast. They're sprouting up. They're all about 12 to 15 feet, and almost a foot a year, which is pretty good. And I planted pears and cherry and peach and apple trees, right? I got about 20 fruit-bearing trees, and they're all grown pretty big, and they are starting to try to push out fruit. And last year they tried, but but again, they're still pretty young, and it takes, it's fruit of the vine. But talking about the vine, the berries, because they're indigenous and they just kind of grew up, they've had 20 years to really come on nice. And I have up in the forest tons of dandelion and mushrooms. So that's my basic supermarket. That was my plan. And I had a nice garden for a number of years. And, I composted, I tilled, it was, and then I got sick and my legs got pretty wonky. So I can't, and that's a notch because I wanted to be sunny. It's a place that you kind of had to climb up to get to. And when I was, 20 years ago, I was, and then there was what would be called belongers, folks who, you know, um, been here 5, 6, 10, and they've owned farms and they belonged here. And they were holler folk, that folk, right? And then because we are not, like miles, maybe more or less to Atlanta, I'm, 70 to probably, get at 40, maybe 100 miles, 120 miles to Charlotte, Richmond. So rich people would find this a very pleasant place to live if they could enjoy, I do, the space. So these, so back, when I bought this place, I was actually had a career as a demographer and then a negotiator for the desperate lawyer corporate scene. And this was just one of my spots, right? But I pretty much had to get rid of everything. Well, they arrived. Anyway, so that's this place. Not this place. This place is a couple miles from where I am. but this is my neighbor's place anyway. So, nobody's saying anything. It's 10 minutes. I was surprised I even got on. So, I'll try in the morning.